it's Harley Race, Missouri heavyweight champion, but more importantly, 7 times world heavyweight champion. The only man to hold that distinction in the history of the National Wrestling Alliance, moving out against Mike Davis. Now, Mike Davis out of the University of Furman is a former defensive ball player. He was an amateur wrestler and has done extremely well in the pro ranks. He is the world junior heavyweight champion at this time. He's got some heavy challenges coming his way, Denny Brown being one of the top contenders for that title. And right now, a great opportunity for Davis. If he can score a pinfall on Harley Race, the world heavyweight champion, that obviously would give him a chance to go up against Ric Flair for that world title. Although Mike is very, very happy in his current position as a world junior heavyweight champion, I'm sure that he'd like to cross that weight barrier and perhaps become the first man ever to hold both titles at the same time. But he is facing one of the toughest men in the sport today, Harley Race. Race, who has wrestled more than half of his adult life, began in the pro ranks at the age of 17. And Race will make you wrestle his fight. He is not going to, he has had so much experience and so much time in the ring. Very rarely do you see him slip into somebody else's match. He will make you wrestle his way. He is a cool, calm, methodical competitor. Fires him off, leapfrog by Race. Both men up with a drop kick, and it was Davis, I think, getting slightly the worst of it that time, and Davis coming up rather slowly. Race very graciously letting him get to his feet, then takes him off his feet once again with a high knee lift into the chin. And Race feinting with both hands and then moves in with a headbutt that puts Mike Davis back to the canvas again. Davis, who defends this title worldwide and has been picking up tremendous experience in the title defenses from as far away as Hong Kong, Brisbane, Australia, into the States again. Finding himself hard-pressed right now against this good move by Davis. A double cradle, but it is Race insisting it was only a 2 count, and the referee, Tommy Young, warning him that it was extremely close. And so Race almost found himself pinned on that combination. Good counter by Mike Davis. Mike Davis, of course, has matured well into the sport. I had the pleasure and the privilege of watching Mike Davis in his very first professional match a number of years ago. And I can assure you that the length of time that he has become now the world junior heavyweight champion is certainly a credit to this man's self-sacrifice, his dedication, and his desire to be the very, very best in his sport. Referee Tommy Young checking once again with Harley Race to see if he wants to concede as Davis keeps the side headlock. Tell you a match I'd like to see myself would be Mike Davis and Bob Backlund. I think that would be a classic scientific confrontation. Good move by Race that time as he took what looked to be a disadvantaged position and took it to his own advantage. Belly to back suplex and caught Davis off guard, and now Race, using his head as a battering ram, smashes into the side of the head of Mike Davis. Enough of those percussions to the head, and Davis is going to have himself a lot of problems trying to remember what day it is. And Race, completely methodical, very calmly, drives a hard right hand into the head, drives Davis back to the canvas once again. Davis shaking his head, trying to clear those cobwebs. Race in behind him, brings him up. Atomic knee drop on Davis, has Davis in trouble, and it is Race again down across the throat of Harley Race, or Mike Davis rather. And Race complaining to the referee now about not moving in there and counting quickly enough. And I would have to side with the referee in this case, Tommy Young, as a most efficient official in the ring, and very, very conscientious. Davis fires to the midsection of Race, catches him once again, and Race backing away. Davis with a good forearm to the side of the jaw that rocks the former world champion. A high knee lift takes the former world heavyweight champion Harley Race to the canvas. Davis moves in with a lateral press. Race powers out. Davis now with a front chancery on Harley Race. And so now Race is the one who's on the defensive. It'll be Race trying to figure an escape and a counter move on Mike Davis. Very quickly, Tommy Young back down there checking with Race, and notice that Davis is offering some more punishment here to the man. Race, the Missouri heavyweight champion. He'd like to regain the world championship. A couple of weeks ago, of course, we heard the challenges that were flying. Rick Martel, the AWA champion, talking about meeting Ric Flair, the NWA champion, with both titles at stake. Bob Backlund threw in a challenge on that one, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes challenged. And obviously, if Mike Davis gets a victory here over Harley Race, he would certainly be in contention for that Super Bowl. And the Race, of course, by virtue of being world heavyweight champion on 7 different occasions, is obviously another prime contender. Davis jammed into that. Race has him up and trying to set him for that pile driver, and it is Davis trying to block it, and Race converts that to a slam. Again, Race complaining to the referee, Tommy Young, about the count. But Young has been right there on the money all the time, so and again, Race, outstretched hands, feints his opponent out, and uses that headbutt to put Mike Davis back to the canvas. Race with more percussions now to that prefrontal lobe. Mike Davis trying to get back to his feet, but he's shaky. Those legs are just a little rubbery. And it's Davis smashed into the turnbuckle again. That gray matter starts getting short-circuited. It becomes very difficult to think and to react physically. And Harley Race is well aware of that fact many, many times in his past career. He's had men in exactly this same kind of condition. But it is Mike Davis. A good knee lift into the midsection. Mike Davis connects with another knee just near the heart of Harley Race now. The foot right into the midsection. And so Mike Davis, great second effort here. The adrenaline flowing. And it is Harley Race hurtled into that far steel ring post. And I don't know if Race is going to come away from this or not. He could have a separated shoulder here. Let's see if Race is able to continue. Well, Davis isn't taking any chances. He delivers another forearm to the side of the jaw. And it is Race hanging onto those ropes as Davis moved in. It was Race ripping across the eyes of Mike Davis. Irish whip, and it's Davis reversing on him. Davis catches him into a high hip toss. Race coming up, and it is Davis going to the air. Mike Davis going to the air, trying to get him for a head scissors, and it is Harley Race blocking that situation. And a highly dangerous move, anybody who goes to the air, and that's exactly what happened here. Mike Davis upended, jammed into those ring ropes. And so Harley Race, again, the dominant factor in this match. Race brings him up. High vertical suplex. And many times this spells disaster for the opponent. And it is Mike Davis stunned, dazed, and a count of 3. A count of 3. Harley Race, 7 times world heavyweight champion, barely edging out Mike Davis. The time limit was almost expended here. So Mike Davis certainly has nothing to be ashamed of here. He almost held the former world champion to a draw, but the victory goes to Harley Race.